The story begins centered around a huge river flowing through the middle of a dense jungle. There, a man named Jeff was traveling deep into the river with some of his companions by boat. These people used to catch snakes and sell them in the city. But the place they were going to catch snakes today was extremely dangerous. The boat captain there told Jeff, "The place you are going is cursed and full of poisonous snakes. I have heard that a giant anaconda named Crimson lives there. Whoever goes to that place, the anaconda kills them." But Jeff laughed and told the boat captain, "Just drop me off there. You'll get your payment there, and you can return with your boat." Jeff was an expert snake hunter, and he had specifically come to this jungle today to catch that Crimson Anaconda. A little later, they reached the spot. And here the boat captain asked Jeff for more money because the place was extremely dangerous, and dropping someone off there was a very risky job. Jeff didn't refuse and took the money out of his pocket and gave it to him. Jeff's companions were watching all of this from the riverbank. Seeing Jeff do this, two of them became very scared. Jeff then walked up to his two companions and said, "If you try to betray me too, you will face the same fate." After this, the three of them went deeper into the jungle and reached a place where they saw a huge statue of a snake. Seeing this, Jeff said, "So was the story of the Crimson Anaconda true?" Meanwhile, Jeff's companions found many snakes, which made them very happy. The two of them quickly caught all the snakes and began stuffing them into bags. But Jeff, ignoring these small snakes, began searching for the jungle's largest snake, the one named Crimson Anaconda. One of the companions alone carried the bags of snakes to the boat. He saw the headless body of the man whose throat Jeff had slit standing in the water a short distance away. He couldn't believe his eyes. Just then, the body suddenly sank into the water, and a huge swimming creature rapidly approached him. The man, terrified, quickly started running toward the jungle. But suddenly, a giant anaconda, with the speed of lightning, wrapped itself around him. The anaconda coiled around the man's body, breaking his bones, and opened its massive mouth to start eating him. On the other side, we see the man's other companion, who was walking toward the jungle with a bag full of snakes. Just then, he suddenly stopped and saw something that terrified him. In fact, he saw the giant anaconda slithering past. When the anaconda climbed a tree, it was clear from its belly that it had swallowed a human alive. Now, before the man could save his life and escape, the anaconda regurgitated the dead body of his companion. The snake then captured this man too. The snake squeezed the man tightly and started eating him by coiling him from the tree. Jeff was watching all of this from a slight distance, and seeing it, Jeff was happy rather than trying to save his companion. This was exactly what Jeff wanted, that someone become the snake's meal. And when the snake was distracted while eating, Jeff would tranquilize and kill it. Jeff then took out his shotgun and was about to tranquilize the snake, but just then, all the animals and birds in the jungle suddenly began to scream. Hearing their noise, the anaconda left its prey and slithered away. There must have been something that was frightening all the jungle creatures. Now the scene changes and we are shown a circus show. This circus was about to shut down. No one was interested in watching it. Here, a young man named Billy Young comes to the circus owner and buys all the people working at the circus with a suitcase full of money, as he had planned to open a new circus in Thailand. The circus people were surprised to see so much money with Billy Young because a few years ago, Billy Young was very poor. He also used to work with them at the circus, but no one knew what kind of work Billy Young had started that made him so rich overnight. The next morning, Billy Young plans to take everyone to Thailand by boat. Since Billy Young had bought all of them, they all obeyed him and boarded the boat, and the boat captain started sailing. On the way, Billy Young secretly calls someone in the bathroom and tells the person on the phone the delivery is ready. "I will reach you with them soon." From Billy Young's words, we learn that he is planning to do something bad to the people on the boat. After traveling a bit, they see that the road ahead is blocked. Someone has blocked the way by placing wood and many containers there. The boat captain then said that they could take another route. But taking that route would take a lot of time to reach Thailand. So Billy Young did not like the captain's suggestion. He threatened the captain, saying, "No matter what, we have to reach Thailand on time because we have a show there for which I have taken the money in advance. If we don't do the show, we will be ruined." The captain said, "If you don't want to take the long way, this is the only road we have." He said, "We will blow up all these things with a bomb and clear the road to get out of here." Billy Young thought the captain's words were right, and he prepared for it. But they didn't know how big a mistake they were about to make. They then placed bombs near the containers and blew them up with a remote. This cleared their path, but due to the explosion, many snakes fell onto their boat because those containers were full of snakes. In fear, they ran helter-skelter. The whole boat was filled with snakes, and these snakes began to bite the people on the boat. Here, a girl named Lenny acted intelligently and released water under pressure through a pipe, throwing all the surrounding snakes down into the water from the boat. Billy Young hid in the boat's bathroom in fear. But just then, the bathroom ceiling suddenly broke, and many snakes fell on Billy Young. To escape them, he jumped into the river and swam to the bank. But there, too, a king cobra appeared in front of him. Now, before the king cobra could bite Billy, a man stepped on the snake and crushed it, saving Billy Young's life. This man was none other than Jeff. Jeff had saved Billy's life, so Billy brought him onto his boat. Jeff lied to everyone here, saying he was a wild explorer and got stuck in the jungle due to an accident. Just then, a circus worker named Zhao Yu began to feel severe pain in his ear. The pain was so intense that he fell down. When Jeff carefully examined his ear, he understood why Zhao Yu was suffering. Jeff then made a cut on his finger and brought it close to Zhao's ear, and immediately a thin, venomous snake came out of Zhao's ear and bit Jeff's finger. But even after the snake bite, nothing happened to Jeff, and he threw the thin snake into the water. Seeing this, Lenny was very surprised and wondered why the poison didn't affect Jeff even after the snake bite. Lenny also knew about snakes. She knew that to become immune to snake venom, a person had to take a lot of snake venom into their body. Only then would snake venom not affect that person. She told all this to Billy Young and said, "I don't think Jeff is right. You also saw that the snake bit his finger, but nothing happened to Jeff." But Billy Young did not pay attention to Lenny's words and said, "We should thank Jeff because he saved my life and the life of one of our companions." Meanwhile, Jeff met the boat captain. Jeff showed the boat captain a map with a lot of money and said, "If you drop me off at the place shown on the map, I will give you even more money when we get there." As soon as the captain heard the name of that place, he pulled out his gun and pointed it at Jeff. He said, "If you talk about going there again, I will shoot you." Actually, the captain also knew about that place, that a very dangerous Crimson Anaconda lived there. Hearing this, Jeff left. The captain sat on the boat and started fishing. But then we saw that someone strongly pulled the fishing rod the captain was holding from below. As a result, the fishing rod slipped from the captain's hand and fell down. Now, as the captain bent down to pick up the fishing rod, someone dragged him into the water. In fact, it was none other than Jeff who had dragged the captain into the water. After killing the captain, Jeff used the captain's body as bait to call the anaconda in the jungle. After a while, everyone started looking for the captain. But they couldn't find the boat captain anywhere. Lenny began to suspect Jeff, wondering if Jeff had killed him. She asked Jeff, "Where is the captain?" But Jeff said he knew nothing about the captain. He also said that this is a jungle, and it is normal for people to go missing here. Just then, a strange commotion suddenly spread throughout the jungle. All the birds and animals in the jungle started screaming and running away. Just then, they all heard some strange movement in the water. One companion said, "What is that noise?" Jeff then happily said, "Something big is coming." It was clear from Jeff's happiness that he seemed to be waiting for this imminent danger. Just then, we see a giant anaconda in the deep river heading towards the net set by Jeff. The fishing rod Jeff had set started pulling hard downwards. Jeff tried to hold the fishing rod to catch the anaconda, but that anaconda was not so easily caught in Jeff's trap. Just then, the anaconda appeared in front of them. This anaconda was huge in size and extremely terrifying, which made everyone's heart tremble. The anaconda pulled hard on the rope of the fishing rod that Jeff was holding, causing Jeff to fall into the water below. The anaconda thrashed Jeff here and there in the water. But Jeff was not one to give up so easily. To save himself, he swam onto a small boat in the river and tied the anaconda's net rope to that boat. Now he stood on the boat and attacked the anaconda with a sharp weapon. But that blow did not have much effect on the anaconda. The anaconda grabbed Jeff. The anaconda coiled around Jeff and the boat, sinking it into the water below. The people standing far away were watching all this, and they thought Jeff was dead. But the next moment, Jeff swam and climbed back onto the boat from behind. Everyone was stunned to see this. Now, Jeff started looking for the anaconda in the water again. But he didn't know that the anaconda was now not in the water, but on the roof of the boat behind him. The anaconda regurgitated the captain's body through its mouth in front of everyone. Seeing this, everyone on the boat was very scared. They ran here and there to save themselves from the anaconda. The anaconda was about to kill the two circus companions trapped inside the room when Jeff attacked the anaconda from behind with a sharp weapon in his hand. This made the anaconda even angrier, and now the anaconda started moving towards Jeff. But Jeff hid himself to save himself from the anaconda. But the anaconda did not leave Jeff's trail either. It entered the boat looking for Jeff. The rest of the circus people were also hiding inside the boat. Fortunately, the anaconda did not see Billy and Diana. It slithered over them and went out of the boat through the window. All these people were hiding in the corners of the boat. When the anaconda went towards the bathroom while looking for them, it saw a child and Joe IU. The anaconda immediately attacked the two of them, but they both saved themselves and got out of there. Now Lenny also reached them. As the anaconda was about to attack Lenny, Zhao Yu intelligently brought an earthen pot in front of the anaconda's head. As a result, the anaconda's head got stuck inside the pot. The anaconda struggled to get its head out of the pot, and in this commotion, a gallon of kerosene oil fell there. The anaconda became completely frantic, trying to get the pot off its head. It hit itself here and there and finally smashed its head against the boat, breaking the pot, which freed its head. But as soon as it was free, Jeff put a rope noose around the anaconda's neck from behind. Before Jeff could catch the anaconda, the kerosene oil that had spilled on the ground caused the boat to catch fire. And the fire slowly grew and reached the bombs kept on the boat, causing the boat to start exploding. Just then, there was a huge explosion on the boat. Now, everyone on the boat jumped into the water to save themselves. But Jeff had tied a rope around the anaconda's neck. Because of that, he could not escape and died in the fire. These people somehow swam and reached the riverbank. Seeing the boat burning, Billy Young started crying. He was crying because they would not be able to reach Thailand on time now. The rest of the circus people were very scared because they were all right in the middle of the jungle, and now they didn't even have a boat to return. Lenny realized that Jeff was responsible for all this. He had used their boat as a trap. She told Jeff, "If you hadn't done this huge disaster wouldn't have befallen us." Jeff replied, "Do you know how much this one anaconda is worth? If you had helped me catch it, we would all be billionaires today." Hearing the talk of money, Billy Young's eyes sparkled. He canceled his plan to go to Thailand, ran to Jeff, and said, "I am with you. Tell me, what can we do to catch this anaconda, and how will we get the money?" Jeff then took out a map and showed them, saying, "If you help me, I will get you to Thailand within a day or two through this map." Now Billy Young and the rest of the team agreed to go on Jeff's boat, but Lenny did not trust Jeff at all. So she refused to go there. Just then, a girl from the circus team suddenly started feeling unwell. Billy Young looked at her shoulder and saw that a very dangerous spider had bitten the girl, whose venom could have even killed her. Seeing this, Jeff told everyone present, "I have a medicine with me that can treat that girl. But that medicine is kept on my boat. If you want her to be treated, you will have to take me to my boat." Now, reluctantly, Lenny also agreed to go with Jeff. After a journey of a few hours, when one companion started drinking the river water, Jeff stopped him and told everyone, "Never drink the water here. There are worms in this water that enter people while drinking water. Then those worms create such a thirst inside that person that they drink water until they drown themselves in the river and die. On the way, these people became hungry." Jeff then caught a snake from a nearby rock, and after that, they extracted the snake's venom, cooked it, and ate it to pass their day. After that, they started their journey again. After a while, night fell. At night, they stopped in a cave in the mountain, where they lit a fire, and Jeff sat on one side, looking at the anaconda drawn on his map. Jeff thought about the time when the anaconda came in front of him. The anaconda was about to kill Jeff, but Jeff, acting smartly, hid himself in a wooden box. That box was kept on a slope, so Jeff pushed the box, and it rolled down to the river. Jeff tried to get himself out of this box, but unfortunately, Jeff got stuck in that box forever. And Jeff remained stuck in that box for a long time. Then these people came. These people broke the containers by setting up dynamite to clear the road. As a result, Jeff came out and joined them. The scene came back to the present, where Jeff was looking at this map. Just then, Billy Young came to him and said, "You want to catch that anaconda, don't you?" Jeff said, "Yes, it is a giant anaconda, an anaconda that is the king of this whole jungle. All the creatures here are afraid of this anaconda. It has hunted the biggest animals in the world. It has even killed anacondas as big as itself. And if we succeed in catching it, we will become billionaires overnight." Hearing the mention of money, Billy Young said, "I am ready to catch that anaconda with you." Now it was quite late at night, and they all fell asleep. Just then, a strange noise woke up one of the circus companions. He saw that his brother was not there. While searching for his brother, he came out of that cave and went near the river while looking for him, where he saw that his brother was trying to drown himself in the river water. This man stopped him from doing so. But his brother did not listen to anything he said, and then he saw some strange worms coming out of his brother's nose. Seeing this, he realized that he had drunk the water of this river, which Jeff had also said that after drinking the water of this river, the worms inside that water give such a thirst to that person that they are forced to drown themselves in that water, and that is exactly what happened. Seeing his brother dead, this man cried a lot and returned to the cave. The next morning, they set out for their journey again. After crossing a path of a few hours, they reached a river, and now they had to walk through that river to reach their destination. These people were quite afraid to enter that river at first, but since there was no other way, they were forced to step into that river. After walking a little further, a boy suddenly pointed downwards, and we saw that a giant anaconda had surrounded these people from all sides. One of their companions, whose brother had died at night, was walking behind everyone in fear. But just then, a giant anaconda attacked him from behind and hugged him tightly. Lenny moved forward to help him, but she couldn't do much because before she could reach, the anaconda had broken that man's bones, and then the anaconda drowned the man with itself in the water. Now these people started running forward in the river to save their lives. After a while, they all finally reached Jeff's boat, where Jeff gave the antidote for the girl who had been bitten by the venomous spider on her shoulder, as per his promise. Now the land of Thailand was also quite close from here, and they all set out to go to Thailand. But just then, Jeff stopped everyone. Actually, Jeff had brought these people to this place so that he could use them as bait. Jeff told all of them, "I have brought all of you here safely as promised, but now you also have to fulfill your promise. You have to help me." Then the little child told Jeff, "If your help is related to that anaconda, then we will not help you." Hearing their words, Jeff pulled out his gun, and Billy Young also pulled out a knife and started supporting Jeff. Billy Young told everyone that, "You should listen to what Jeff is saying." Here Lenny said, "Are you crazy? It is very difficult to catch that anaconda. Why do you want to lose your lives?" Jeff said, "Yes, you are right. It is difficult to catch that anaconda, but not impossible, because it can be caught when its attention is diverted while eating." After that, Billy Young and Jeff tied 2 people from the circus team with ropes and made them snakebait. The child told Billy Young, "Why are you doing this? Think, if we die, who will perform in your circus?" Hearing this, Billy Young laughed loudly and told the child, "Haven't you ever wondered how I got so rich so quickly in a few years? Oh, you fools! I was not taking you to Thailand for the circus. I wanted to earn a lot of money by selling your body parts, and this is my business. But now look, I have changed my plan. Now I have joined hands with Jeff because I know that this anaconda can give me more money than your body parts." On the other side, Jeff had also tied the 2 girls, and now he started misbehaving with one of the girls. Now that girl acted smartly and pretended that she wanted to support Jeff. Jeff didn't realize her trick. The girl came near Jeff and started stroking Jeff's hair, and when she got the chance, the girl took out the gun from Jeff's pocket and pointed it at Jeff. Now, as the girl was about to shoot Jeff, no bullet came out of the gun because she couldn't unlock the gun. Now Jeff got angry, snatched the gun from her, and was about to shoot her by aiming at her. But by then, Lenny had also freed herself, and she hit Jeff's stomach with a sharp piece of glass. Now Jeff pushed Lenny away, but then the other girl also attacked Jeff, and Lenny also tried to snatch the gun from Jeff from behind. Amidst this struggle, the sound of a gunshot came. But it was not known who was hit by the bullet. On the other side, we see those 2 people whom Billy Young had made anaconda bait. The 2 poor souls were thrashing around in fear. After a while, a giant anaconda slowly approached them to eat them both. And Billy Young was enjoying this sight, standing far away. Billy Young was waiting for the anaconda to attack them so that he could pull the rope and catch the anaconda. But he did not know that another anaconda was approaching him to attack him from right above where he was standing. Before Billy Young could see that anaconda, the anaconda reached quite close to him. And that anaconda attacked Billy Young, picking him up with itself, and then the rope slipped from Billy Young's hand. As a result, the net covered the 2 people who were about to become anaconda food, which saved their lives. On the other side, Jeff was trying to kill the girl. But Lenny came from behind and hit Jeff on the head with a large wooden stick, making him unconscious. As soon as Jeff was unconscious, the 2 of them quickly reached their 2 companions and freed them from the net. But unfortunately, Jeff regained consciousness and started moving towards them. But just then, a giant anaconda came and grabbed Jeff and took him away. These people now quickly started preparing to escape from here. But one of their companions was not in a state to walk because the bullet that was fired during the struggle between Jeff and the girls had hit that girl. After a while, the girl took her last breath in front of their eyes. Now the 3 survivors got into Jeff's boat to save their lives and started leaving from here by river. But just then, something hit Zhao's body from behind. When he took that thing off his shoulder and looked at it, he realized that it was a tranquilizer injection. Within a few seconds, Zhao Yu became unconscious, and the person who made Zhao Yu unconscious was none other than Jeff. That is, he had also survived the anaconda attack, and he had killed the anaconda by cutting off its head. Now Jeff caught those 3 people and tied them up as anaconda. bait and tied sharp iron wires around them and also sprinkled blood there. After that, he held the net rope and stood a little far away from here. After a while, many anacondas started moving towards those three people, smelling the blood. These three were very scared and could see their death right in front of their eyes. All these anacondas reached very close to them to kill the three of them. But just then, once again, all the animals of the jungle started screaming and running away, and all the anacondas present here also started running away one by one after seeing someone. But one anaconda was still standing there to kill the three of them. But just then, the Crimson Anaconda came there, and that anaconda attacked the one standing alone and killed it with a single blow. Here we got a good look at that Crimson Anaconda, which was very huge and dangerous in size. Seeing this, these three people became very scared. But Jeff, standing far away, was very happy to see the Crimson Anaconda. The anaconda coiled around those three and was about to open its huge mouth to eat the three of them when Jeff released the net rope, due to which the anaconda got trapped. This anaconda started struggling to free itself. It tried very hard to free itself. But when it could not be freed, it cut the net rope with its sharp teeth and freed itself. But the net rope was still wrapped around its body. So Jeff held the rope tightly and tried to catch it. But Jeff could not match the strength of the anaconda. Jeff got stuck between two trees while trying to catch it, and now he could not get out of those two trees. And taking advantage of the opportunity, the Crimson Anaconda started moving towards Jeff and grabbed Jeff and hugged him tightly. These three people were also watching this entire scene with their own eyes, and in fear, they quickly tried to free themselves because they knew that after Jeff, it was their turn. These people made every possible effort to free themselves, but they could not get out of that net. Then the little boy started cutting the net rope with his teeth to save himself, and after much effort, he cut a small part of the rope. Now, only a little rope was left, so he started cutting the rope with all the strength of his teeth, due to which blood started coming out of his teeth. Here the Crimson Anaconda tightly squeezed Jeff and started breaking his bones by pressing him. After that, the Crimson Anaconda swallowed Jeff alive too. On the other side, the boy succeeded in breaking the rope with his teeth, and he freed the two of them as well, and they started running towards the river. But after killing Jeff, the Crimson Anaconda was now after them. These two hid behind a tree. Meanwhile, the child hid himself inside a wooden box. But the anaconda saw him, and now that anaconda started moving slowly towards the child. The child tried to get out of that container with all his strength. But the door on the other side of that container was closed. The child screamed and called the two of them for help, and that anaconda had also reached quite close to the child now. Now, just before the anaconda could kill the child, Zhao Yu broke the door of the container from outside and saved the child. Now these three again started running away from the anaconda to save their lives. But this whole jungle belonged to that anaconda. They could not escape from its grip by going through this jungle, so they hid behind a tree. But just then, the anaconda saw them a little far away. Seeing them, that anaconda started coming towards them quickly. These people stood and waited for their death, because they had realized that their lives would not be saved now. But as soon as that anaconda opened its huge mouth and attacked them, its head was cut from the middle by a strong, sharp iron wire. This sharp wire was actually set by Jeff, which resulted in the death of the Crimson Anaconda. These people could not believe that their lives had been saved, and they kept looking at its body for a long time, and finally, they quickly left that jungle and got out of here. With this, the story ends.